You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa. You are watching the Pan-African Daily. Sorry. Because we're watching from two different platforms, isn't it? I want to thank you if you're joining the Pan-African Daily TV tonight. This is a special edition where I need to come live to break some happenings on the Pan-African Daily TV itself, but also in the community at large, and give you some feedbacks about Pan-African Daily TV 2022. How are things going to look like? Like I said, this is December, and December is a period where people take assessment of their projects and give, already a plan for 2022. And so, we've been taking some reports, some feedbacks, getting into some archives and looking where we started, where we are, what is it that we've achieved a long way, and how much do we still need to go, to put the One Africa for Africans worldwide agenda on the platform and on the continent and in the diaspora. So I want to thank you if you're joining this conversation tonight. And also to give you a feedback, yesterday we were supposed to come live with King Maponga Joshua, what happened. So these are all things that we're going to be talking about. And then the past conversation also with the last guest that we had on Ethiopia, what happened, the feedbacks, we're going to be getting to that. And what are Ethiopians worldwide doing? I mean, we heard a lot has been going up in the community ever since we also started, raising voices for Ethiopia, the one Africa that we want, and victory for Ethiopia is victory for Africa. We are going to be talking also about that. So, and then what is the way forward for 2022? So I want to thank you, and I'm waiting for all of you to join the conversation because this is a very important key point. There are informations that I don't want you to miss up on it. Yeah. So if you don't see things the way they should be happening on the Pan-African Daily TV, then you understand why, because this conversation tonight is very important. I'm not going to be having a guest for really one good reason, that I'm just going to be here for at most 30-40 minutes to give you this update. And then we are going to move into a rebroadcast, a program that we did last year in August with a very prominent woman, lady, African woman out in the diaspora. And we're bringing back this rebroadcast because the topic on which we talked about last year, almost a year and a half, getting to 2 years now, is exactly what is unveiling, even though we didn't know, even though we didn't understand. And so we'll be getting back again into that conversation to look at what we discussed as if it was a prophecy that was supposed to happen, that is happening right now. So are you connected? Where are you connecting from? I want to have some spatial moment with you, community, with all of you that are gathering here. Let me connect my backstage to see the comments also, because I want to keep in touch with you. Definitely, you have also some feedbacks that you would like to drop up in the chat upon every point that I bring up. If you have a point about it, or you think differently about it, or you also share that opinion, or you want to contribute to it, please make sure you drop a comment in the chat box. I will bring it also to the audience, right? Or I can make also a comment on it, or some other person can also comment on it. So give me a minute while I connect my backstage here so we can get into the conversation. Yeah. So like you see, our streams have been acting up very funny in the past. Very, very funny. There's been a lot of breakage. They've been either we're not getting a signal to go live. like yesterday the case, and particularly when we have some particular guests like King Maponga Joshua. I mean, we don't know what, even on Facebook, he's been blocked and everywhere. Of course, I there's nothing that can be accountable for that, but for the fact that it's truth that is being spoken, truth that is unstoppable, truth that nobody can shut down. And so, whatever thing or whatever system or whatever the world is afraid of, this one king of Africa has risen and is not going to fall no time soon, not ever. King Maponga Joshua is the king at the time, on point with the truth of how it's supposed to be said, of what we think and what should happen to Africans and Africans worldwide, and also to humanity. Okay. But he's doing very fine. No need to worry about that. What happened yesterday? Point number one. I mean, he is on a journey. He's traveling. You all know he's been going around the continent doing conferences and stuff. And so he had to travel last night and had to go through all this, checks that are currently making traveling now a very difficult task, right? Particularly for Pan-Africans, and particularly if you're coming from a particular country on the continent, as you know. And so, in the queue and all that, we couldn't catch up with that conversation. But as you saw, I dropped the press release, and the topic yesterday was "We are gold." Not just gold as a substance, but you understand what gold is. And so, on his journey through these conversations and taking Africa to the next step through spirituality, which is one of the most, I can say, the most important, or the fundamentals of our existence, our spirituality. And that is why he gets constantly shut down, attacked, aggressed, okay? Because that is one of the areas, particularly in these times where we are living in, that is very, very strategic, our spirituality. We've talked a lot of times about our spirituality, and a lot of people misinterpret or interpret or give their own perspective what actually spirituality is. And so it is not different when we say Pan-Africanism. It is spirituality. The science of African spirituality is Pan-Africanism. It is the same word when we say Ubuntu. It is the science of African spirituality, or the philosophy of the African. And so this word, spirituality, is a very unique word. And that is what the substance, you can call it our DNA. That's the spirituality of the African, the identity, the uniqueness. If we have an ID card, it's going to be called spirituality, the African science of spirituality. That's who we are. And that is the one thing that the world defines it as: love, unity, or peace, togetherness, humanity, every good virtue that qualifies civilization and human beings, right? With all these virtues and values, that's what defines us in spirituality. That's the one unique thing that we expand on the principles of Ma'at, which is the governing or the governance of our spirituality, which is the blueprint, which are the methodology that when you attend from one level to the other, to summarize it, gives you the fullness to become whole and one with the Creator. And so that's why we redefine ourselves as co-creators of the universe. So we're living in that time where the spirituality is challenged. It has been tempered because truth has never been truth. Truth has been, has been abused, as I can say. And truth, we know it is one of the biggest principles or principles of Ma'at. Justice. And all these factors. So Mother Africa is shaken. The basis, the foundation of his principles are touched. And exactly these principles of humanity. So we can understand why for 400 years and a decade, these principles have been tampered with in the physical form that you and I are representing. And that's why we wonder. But because we have risen and we are rising, truth doesn't have a color. Truth is truth. And so we don't wonder what kind of a period we're living in right now. What happened? Where did we go wrong? Where did humans go wrong? It is the payback time. It is the time of judgment. And this judgment depends on the truth of humanity. All of us go down or we all rise. Because, like I said the other time, and yesterday we had to have that conversations. We know each other now very well through the challenge that we're going through. The global challenge makes us actually put you in a position on who is who belongs to the family, who not. Who do I call mine, who not. So it has nothing, we are realizing often and often that color actually is, colorism or whatever we call it, has a it's a substantial role in this conversation, in these times where we're living in, because we have had to sin, even our very own. You know, if we had to go on people to people, we'll lose it. If we have to even go on race, we're going to lose it. So what is it? It is a power. It is the creator. It is the nature. It is the God. It is the God of our ancestors that is above all creation, above everything that is reigning. And that is truth and justice. And nobody, no one is going to get free on this. It's a judgment time, personally, one-on-one. So we have to keep our acts in order. That was a very different kind of, introduction on the conversations today. But like I said, I want to bring us feedbacks. I want to bring us update on what has been happening with some conversations and some guests that we've been hosting in the past, but also particularly the feedbacks that we're getting on the conversations of this week on Ethiopia. I was waiting to get a guest. I'm not going to disclose his name and even where he is or she is. So, but I'm still waiting if we will be lucky to have him just for about 10 or 5 minutes to give us some very important update. If that would happen, then we're grateful. If not, then we're going to just understand why and we will get back to the conversation. It is going to happen very often that we will not be sharing some particular post, like particularly when we're still streaming on these platforms until we relocate to the conferencing, which is our own satellite in its own form, where we are going to be hosting as from 2022. January 1st, we're going to be hosting from our own app and our own server. We're going to be streaming live from there. And so you can watch us also on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube channel here, where we're going to share it. Or you're going to watch us directly on the Africa We Want Global Movement page, which is our organization. And it's the organization that's the umbrella organization for all Pan-African initiatives, particularly the ones that were born on the Pan-African Daily TV. We know a lot of them, these initiatives. And we also have seen in the past 1 year how we have grown. And you can see it from the handworks of the Pan-African Daily TV dotted everywhere. Young people have picked up conversations. They have learned a lot from the guests, from our teachers, from our elders, from our mentors, even the youth and the children that have mentored to us on the Pan-African Daily TV. And so we see projects that have been born, that have been given birth to. That's the reason why I said the broadcasting after these short updates that I'm going to make here was done by a prominent daughter of Africa called, um, you know, uh, Rachel Williams. And that conversation, we held it, I don't want to miss it, on the 18th of August, 2020. And the topic was the birth of a nation. The birth of a nation. To be honest with you, I know most of you that just subscribed lately did not follow up that conversation. And that's why we keep rebroadcasting past conversations, because it was as if, or not it was as if, it is actually what made the Pan-African Daily TV today. Because there were prophecies that we had during that time. And we just thought we were just holding a conversation. We were just connecting and uniting and getting everyone on board. Never did we know that all the things that were prophesied, whether from the Caribbean guests that we had, from West Papua Guinea, just in a short run of 1 year, these things have been happening day after day. And so I would really like you to watch that conversation again, the birth of a nation. And that's where we are today, the One Africa for Africans worldwide. And we have seen how it has evolved in the shortest time, and gaining ground so fast that it's unstoppable. And like I said, it is only one fact, the truth. Only the truth that is setting us free, and the truth that should set us free. And justice for humanity. And so we have to be awake and be in time and be in the process. Now, I want to give thanks, special thanks. I know our brothers and sisters, or in the United States, they celebrated Thanksgiving. Germany also, part of Europe, they did that ritual. But for us, every day is a Thanksgiving day, particularly on the Pan-African Daily TV. I, as the face of this media, just the face, right? But the voices around and the family is who you are. That makes this daily TV what it has been. So I want to thank you, and I'm bringing the thanks from all the guests that have been on this platform. I've been talking to them in the past couple of days, getting their feedback, because we have to move to the next level with the Pan-African Daily TV. And so we have been in consultation with them. Like yesterday, I had a very lengthy conversation with Professor James Small, and he extends warm greetings to you. Special greetings. He's doing now very, very well. And he is going to be with us on Thursday. Save the date. On Thursday, Professor James Small is going to be with us live on this panel. Before I get into the conversation proper, to give you the update, this is how our weekend is going to look like until Monday. We're going to be doing rebroadcasting. Normally, we ought to have had a guest today. It was canceled. We ought to have had a guest tomorrow to talk about particularly Caribbean and the process and the republic that it just gained its independence. And already we had a guest, his ambassador commissaire, who was here with us, Commission. But shortly, he still has to confirm for next week. So we had to shift it. We also had to have our brother Christian Gabriel, who ought to have been even this evening and tomorrow. And for another reasons that we're not going to disclose right now, we also moved it forward. So tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, we're going to be rebroadcasting. And please make sure you watch all the conversations. We're going to rebroadcast the conversation with Professor James Small. And then any other rebroadcast that will be coming on It's going to be very, very strategic. So you make sure you watch it, because that's a message that we want to convey, or that we are conveying. So, Ethiopia has been on our mind, or has been our topic for this week, and is still going to be our topic. The Ethiopians worldwide. When we talk about Ethiopian, we're talking about the Tigrays, we're talking about the Omoras, we're talking about the Eritreans, we're talking about the Horn of Africa, we're talking about Africa, as a matter of fact. So if we're saying victory for Ethiopia is victory for Africa, it means it's victory for Africa, as a matter of fact. And I think that's the one step to the agenda that all of us are working through. But the Ethiopians that are residents on that country where it's currently going through this challenge are sending their warm regards and thanks to your collective effort in pushing this agenda for peace on the continent, and in Ethiopia in particular. They express gratitude. Of course, the last conversation that we had with the brother from Ethiopia, Brother Johannes, met with some critics, really hard critics, as I can say. It was not about, I don't know, I really cannot say whether it was about the person, or it was about the opinion in that conversation. But like I said, we had feedbacks from Ethiopians that were actually not satisfied, with the justifications and the points that were pointed out on that conversation. But nevertheless, they appreciated that input, that we hosted that conversation, and that they're looking forward for more. And like I said, I really wanted to have a guest on this topic, just to share what the community has been doing, particularly in Germany, Frankfurt. Remember, we talked about what was the role of the Ethiopians, like the origins of that continent and the diaspora. And so it was like a wake-up call, like a message that we were connecting. And guess what? Today, more than 10,000 Ethiopians, Eritreans, in all the tribes on the Horn of Africa gathered in Frankfurt, Germany today, in the midst of COVID. I would have liked to be speaking with this guest that I told you, because he's the one that brought my attention to it and said, Dr. Susan Tata, you said something on your show, and this is what is happening. Why is it very relevant that I'm bringing this up? Because I want to make you, Pan-African Daily TV family, understand the very important role that you are playing in the unity of Africa and Africans worldwide. I tell you every day, and I will stay here to tell you that. And that is my word of empowerment and thanksgiving to you. Do not underestimate, not for a single moment, every single minute that you spend to watch these conversations or sharing the conversations. It is very important to the unity and to our oneness, to our spirituality. Because we just sit and host and we think. That's why we don't call the Pan-African Daily TV a show. No, this is not a show. That is I don't know how to even describe it. It's a family, one family, a family that seeks only, that is seeking after one thing, just one thing: love, unity, and togetherness. That is all we do on the Pan-African Daily TV. We are not a political institution, and we don't represent any political agendas or people with their political agendas. I want to make this disclaimer over and over again. Our slogan is Voices of Africans Worldwide. From the top to the bottom, Voices of Africans Worldwide. Irrespective of your country of origin, irrespective of your status, irrespective of your beliefs, irrespective of your titles. We have hosted from children to youth to elders in all categories. It has never been, oh, we are, following a particular agenda or, promoting. On the contrary, we've promoted voices that were voiceless, and today they become champions. And that is our work. And that is our duty for motherland. That is our duty for our creator, why we are here on the space. It is very important that we remind ourselves that what we are doing here is not just a conversation that we just entertain. We said it. Nor are we holding debate. No, we are not. We don't debate opinions and points. Who is right? Who is not right? Who is correct? Who is not correct? Who is in this category? Who is not? No, we are one collective voice worldwide for a common agenda representing our ancestors and the voices of humanity and Africans worldwide. And I'm very thankful that I'm a part of you and you're a part of me, and we make this collective together to build the Africa that we want global. So yes, we also are sending much love out there to the Ethiopians and to Sudan and to the entire continent. Where should we begin to call them? Because we are one people. Why we bleed, why we are hurt is because a part of us cannot survive when it's not complete. And so if you are still a part of the kingdom of the great Africa, and something is happening and you don't feel it, and it's just business as usual, then you know you're sick, like all of us have been. You're not sick because you did that. Like Rev Shock said, it's because something was done and something happened to you. And that is why our collective come together, give us this power of healing. And we're not only going to heal Africa, we're healing the human race, as a matter of fact. Every voice that stands up for peace and unity and love and togetherness is healing. Doesn't matter your geographical place, doesn't matter whether you don't understand even the language, the spirit. Our spirituality is a connection. And that's why sometimes, even when we pinpoint some agendas and make it a point of concern, it's still not enough. I take, for example, yes, we have criteria that we are setting up that could help us get to our destination as one people. So we talk about a language, for instance, and we say, oh, a language is a problem. We don't have a common language. And then the question that the creator or God might ask us, so how have you been functioning with these multiple languages? Good or bad? So you tick it. We went to the next point. We're like, oh, the plenty of religion that was brought to us that was even never our culture, part of us. It's the one that is causing us a lot of problems and is breaking us apart. Then the creator took it down and like, what? And how have you been surviving and thriving and getting stronger and bigger in your numbers despite all this? So you tick it. Then we went to the next point. Oh, it is because some of us reject our blackness. We don't look like we should be looking. Our hair, we stretch it. We wear foreign clothes and stuffs. We have to stick to our own, made by us and by us. And he takes it again. Oh, so all these things, and you're still growing powerful. You're still growing the richest, the most intelligent, the smartest. So we went from point to point to point. Oh, 400 years into slavery. More than 400 into colonization. And the creator comes back with another question and like, oh, you mean it? And yet you're still rising, you're still strong, you're still powerful, you're still evolving, and you're still shining. You're still the stars, you're still gold. Despite that, oh, wait a minute. So you see, that's why I say we rise up and we're rising like our mothers, our ancestors have been saying, yet we rise. Irrespective of every challenge, we have risen and have risen as a human race, as humanity, as Africans, as origins of creator, of the co-creator. We've risen from one step, from one challenge. And so it's not even going to be this last time that we are unifying our voices for one Africa worldwide. Because you are going to tick this point again when he asks you, are you the one that is connecting you worldwide? What did I say? At that time, when you would recognize me, when you will go back to your ancestral ways, when you would know that what I gave to you was the best and you threw it away. From that time that you will wake up to realize who you are, your eyes are open, you are awake, you call yourself by your names, you recognize who you are, then I will bring you back home. So it is not even upon us to say, oh, we are walking or we are doing this. It was done even before we came to this dimension. And we chose to come for that purpose. Remember, if you have been a part of the family that you are to today, you have followed all the teachings and the mentoring and the conversations with the elders, with the youth. You could have already realized now that there is nothing that is a coincidence in this point in time. Everything was fashioned by the God of our ancestors and put it in the powers that be, and we are only fulfilling his work. It is more than flesh. It is more than our human understanding, because if he gives us the understanding, we won't stand it. So every step that we realize, it is just the journey that you came to fulfill it, to make it whole, to make it complete. In our different shapes and size and backgrounds and knowledge, irrespective of how we want to put it. That's why our knowledge has not led us to where we are. Just our academics itself. Now we're faced with a challenge. How do you want to justify that? No solution. It is only one. Truth and justice is that solution. And for that reason, whether you say I'm strong and the other say I'm weak, or we would fight, or we would do this. No. We don't need to fight. He that brought us, he that made us who we are, fought it already long time ago. We just only manifesting. We're just a product, symbolic product of that work. Feedback Ethiopia, like I said, more than 10,000 gathered in solidarity and say we are one. Yes, it is not by their will, by their work. It is just an invisible hand that we keep saying. If there is an invisible hand that is tearing humanity and people apart, be aware there is an invisible hand that is that brought even that collective together before an invisible hand tries to break it. So if you were not even the one that brought this collective together, how do you even imagine that you can tear it apart? That is the biggest questions Africans are asking. They call you names by sickness, by wars, by disaster, by hunger, by poverty, all kind of status We've owned them with this image of the creator. So who is it that we're fighting and wrestling against? Like someone said, if you abuse me, then you abuse the God that created me. So if you say I'm poor, you say I'm wretched, I'm filled with whatever. So you just don't even say to me. So you just say to the powers that be. And you think he's going to watch you? We have a lot going on. We have to be strong. We have to stay on. We have to be faithful to truth and justice. That is the only thing that is going to save our planet, our race, our humanity, us as Africans. Like I said, we come in all the shapes and colors, coming from one cradle, Mother Africa, one cradle, cradle of humanity. So that is it coming on in the next days. Like I said, we're going to be rebroadcasting The Birth of a Nation. The Birth of a Nation was brought to us by Rachel Williams. Please make sure you watch this conversation after now. And I said, we are going to continue the conversations next week also, starting on Tuesday, but on a particular topic. And that's what is breaking, the good news on the Pan-African Daily TV. As you can see me when I smile, you know something good is coming, isn't it? Something good that we've been cooking. Like we said, we've been cooking for a long time. And the food is ready and we're about to serve that food. The one good news is Pan-African Daily TV goes home to Africa in 2022. Like we said, it's time to go home. Motherland has been calling. And we sat, and I said it from the beginning when I was here. I said, oh, maybe we're waiting the last race to first of all. And Sister Dasita Gray called me today. I'm like, so you know what? I'm already packing again to go, definitely to Gambia. And I'm like, wow, really? And they're going to be established there, put their institution out there and stuff like that. And so I can see the projects that have gone before us, and we think and we know that the Pan-African Daily TV belongs on the motherland. And so it goes home. It is you that goes home, as a matter of fact. So we're coming up with a fundraising 2022 or 20 December, starting from next week, is going to be about this project, how we relocate to the continent. Why am I saying so, people? We need money. Yes. When I say we need money, it's not just only physical money, material money and support to relocate to the continent, because we have to open the doors we've been talking about. We have a lot of work to do on the continent with the Pan-African Daily TV. We have to mobilize, not just our voices. We have to teach, not just teaching. We have to mentor, not just mentor, but we have to talk to the kings in their kingdoms, how we are going to be allocating land for our people to come back home. Some people will have to do that work. So I want to get people that are coming up and saying, we are going. And deadline is January, as I'm already saying. So if I say Pan-African Daily TV relocates to the continent, I'm not only saying me sitting here, but I'm talking to the entire family that is watching me. I know you have been asking a lot of questions. You have been sending feedbacks. You have been wanting, how can I participate? How can I do this? How can we, so this is the opportunity. I'm sorry, give me a minute. No. This is the opportunity that we've been waiting for. And it's time for us to go home. Like I said, we're not going alone. We're going all of us. So I need everyone, all of you, to sign up to say we're going home January. We're taking the Pan-African Daily TV home. We would have to go home and start from scratch. It doesn't matter, but we have to go. You have to make this commitment. You've been on this family for a year, close to a year and a half. We have to take the work to the continent. And taking the work to the continent means putting in exactly what we've been talking here together. We have mobilized a lot, and we're still going to mobilize a lot. We're still going to continue the daily conversations, but this time on the continent. But not just on the continent, because there will be people that have to be working on the ground. Like I said, meeting with these kingdoms, the United Kingdoms of Great Africa is what we're talking about, and getting land for our people to come back home. And you understand the reason why we keep saying, oh, we have been talking. We've been talking because, yes, of course, somebody has to do the work. And because all of us are in this family that believe the homecoming, and we've been saying motherland has been calling, there is no reason why December 31st is the last time we have to go home. We don't even know where we're going to. We are not even going to worry where we're going home. But just sign in on our WhatsApp number and say, I am in. And we have to plan the back to the continent together. And we know that for me, I already said we're setting a deadline on the 15th of January. Who wants to come with me? Who wants to go with us? So we go, and I don't know how we are going. I don't know where we even going to, but we will have to sit and talk together. I spoke with Dr. Marta. She was here with us, and she said, I can accommodate you in Namibia. So if you want to start, just say, okay, I want to come to Namibia. I can host you. Dr. Marta is ready to host at least 50 of us to say we are coming home. I don't want to get into the details of how the hosting would entail, right? But of course, I am calling particularly as a family fundraising for this home going, because I know we'll be needing a lot. We'll be needing a lot. We'll be needing a lot. We'll be needing, maybe we'll have to jungle for 3 to 4 months to get our structure together, to get our studio together, and to get our community together, to feed ourselves, to run around, put everything in order. It would take time. So we need those that cannot come immediately have to support us to go and start this journey to open up that gate that we've been talking about for almost a year and more. It is time to be on the ground, do the groundwork, put the infrastructures together, lobby with the community. I hate this word lobby. We have work now to do. It is action time. 2022 is action. It's not only anything that we're going to say, we're going to do it. It is action time. So I want you to sign up and say, I am in. We have 1 month now and about 3 weeks. So even if we say end of January, still not bad. But like I said, for me, 15 is very good to go. Even if we have to start at a basic where I know we can start from, and then we have this offer coming up. Other offers are going to come. I already have also another offer in Ghana, where we're going to be putting the Pan-African Daily TV Global Secretariat. We also have that offer, but now we're trying to see how many are coming with us and how we're going to look at them, how we're going to accommodate them. But it's time to go, and I can go alone. I need at least 5 to 10 to go with me. We're taking the Pan-African Daily TV to motherland where it belongs. And we begin to engage in the communication and building that voice of Africans worldwide. And I'm not going to do this job alone, because I'm not sitting here on my own. It was a collective family that all of us are that decided to do it. And I want us to move also in the same spirit of a family together. All right. So that is what would be coming up. The whole of next week, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to get speakers that will be coming to talk about that. Professor James Small was one of the first person that said, I'm coming. I'm just waiting for my knees to heal. I will meet you guys in Ghana. Normally, we should have been in Ghana even this weekend, at the ADDI Wakanda Expo, right? But because of constraints, travels and other things, but I know most of the family are already out there, and we're waiting for feedbacks. We've been getting people that locked into us who will be giving us information how everything is working on that part. But we have our own job here on the Pan African Daily TV to control the narratives, to change the narratives, and to make it a global open platform for African voices worldwide. And so it's time enough. So you see, it's one step, step by step, we're moving. Our youths need us so badly. Our women need us, our mothers, our elders, our girls, our boys, our children. They need us so much. There's too much work on the continent to be done. Too much. In every corner, there's work. And like I keep saying here, if you want to consider your African, who is your employee, is Africa. Al Kebulan is your employee. When I say employee, it's like that's who you came out from. The mother that birthed you needs you right now. The mother is old and she needs care, home care, health care, financial care, everything to transit. And that's why we keep saying Mother Africa is calling us. A Mother Africa that has been raped, abused, exploited. You can imagine, broken in every part that you can think. She's tired. She's weary. She's weird. And she's calling us home. Do you know the story of a childless mother? That's how the continent is like. It's not like a motherless child. We are in the diaspora, motherless child. But the continent is a childless mother. So something is not adding up. I said it again, and I'm repeating it. We, the children of Mama Africa, are motherless children out of her. And she is like a childless mother. It's weird to say mother and childless, right? Yes, we have to go back home. Let the spirituality and the connectivity, let this word sink deep into our spinal cord, into our DNA. And let this year be that year. We are dancing in the global pandemic. It's getting to the third year is coming. It is a reminder. Go back, go back, go back, go back to the origin. Go back to truth. Go back to nature. I know we've been saying it's not a geographical space. Of course it is. That one that has been broken apart. And I spoke to Sister Desita today, and she told me, oh, and a land in Gambia, for instance, is not expensive. And then I said, do we really even need to talk about buying land? Maybe we should just go back and relocate our families where we come from and belong. Need to go back home and own it. It's going to be very strange. It's also going to be a fight, a challenge. But I'm here. I come from the continent and I have international experience. Both, we would support each other. I can understand the continent and I also understand us. So I can mediate. Whether it is in terms of cultural shock, we would get that shock together. We'll handle it together. Whether it is in terms of scarcity, I know how we would go around because Mother Africa has enough. Her doors are open all the time. He who comes in good faith, in truth and justice and love for Mother, not coming to exploit, to extort, like the foreigners have done to her. He or she that comes to say, Mama, I'm coming home back to you, like a prodigal child that left. But we are not, because we were cut apart. We did not leave to go and look for riches because we were unsatisfied. But it has something to do with that. We're going back home, and ever we would come, the doors are open. We're going to meet with the kings. Where is our land? Just show us. They're going to show us that land that belongs to us. In every country that we want to be on, there are people who want to be on. It's not going to be a particular country. I told Dr. Mata, thank you so very much for the offer. Thank you. But like us, we belong and own the whole continent. And so we're going to be moving in this group, you know, assessing and looking and talking to these kingdoms, so that when we start communicating on the continent, telling you, okay, this is where you have to look at, this is where you have to go, this is where you could choose. That's the reason why you are kings and queens of the richest continent. It will be a choice to make. It will not be, it is, it is either or. No, it's going to be, I want to choose to live on the mountaintops. I want to live in the valleys. I want to live in the village full of nature. I want to climb up to the Kilimanjaro. That's up to you. I want to go to all, the beautiful lakes. It is up to you. You want to see rivers. You want to do fishing. You want to do agriculture. You want whatever you want. It's your choice. Mother is open. Is saying, come back. You only need to ask. We've not been asking. We've been anticipating because of the narratives, because of the false pictures that have been given to scare you of what is even your own. And you even see what is your own and you analyze it and like, oh, people in the diaspora, they don't really are not connected to the continent because of the negative stories and the pictures. Who do those pictures look like? How do they look like? If you are ashamed of your own because you want somebody to lie, because we always don't want to get the truth, probably that's the reason why. They show you, and even if it's a continent that is broken, to be honest, then it's the truth. Then why are we running from the truth? Have we been so broken that they ought to tell us, oh, everything is, and when we go back home and meet mother, we left her, they took us away from her, she's everything, that she's a mad person, she's crazy, she's been abused in all sort of form. And we say, oh, no, that's not my mother. It's whose? Who does she look like? Who does she look like? And so you want it, I don't know, a kingdom, everything. Yes, but it's there. It is there. They say behind every dark, lining, there's what? There's a gold, silver lining or whatever. I don't know, those proverbs and quotations. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. Okay. Yes. So that is the truth. We need to go home and fix mama. Mama is calling. And this year should not be, not even meet us here, this end of the year. So we are going to start this conversation of going back home as from next week till the 31st, where we all pledge and say, Mama, no more. But if you are still saying, I need time, there have to be some people that will go ahead and do the job, the hard work. We are going. We're taking up the horn to go there, do this research, look at the things that we think it's okay, and then you queens and kings come. Some people would always have to pay the price. Some people have to go clear the bushes. That's how I grew up. In the mornings, my mom would send the boys, they would go and clear the farm, and then the women in the community, they always work in groups. They will go, chop up their farms, and then there would be someone that they will be taking care, and some would be. I was that one that I was so scared of the bush and the caterpillars, and I really was just so scared of some insects. And so I would always be at home, clean the home, take care, cook, and then they come and they eat warm water when mama is coming back from the farm. So yes, some people would have to go ahead to do cleaning, and we are the ones to go ahead. And I need you that is also saying, yes, I'm the one that will go ahead. Just like Juliet took the bullet, she's there and she's opening up the doors. Just like all other activists are there. Just like Wade Maya is there, showing you every other project that is making it. What is it? Just like Dr. Mumbi is there all the time, telling us, reminding us a lot on the continent. What is it? We have our prophets that have been there, our voices, even the ones that went before us, and they've showed us every signs and symbols that, no, we are not snakes. We're not that jungle. We're not that this. We're still surviving. We're breeding. I was one with you in the state. I was one with you in Jamaica. I was one with you in Haiti. I was one with you in Brazil, in Europe, in Germany, in UK, in Italy, in Portugal, in Spain. They all had the international experience, and they went back and they didn't die. And to the African migrants like us that said, if we could survive the cold, the everything, what about where it's much. So it is homecoming for those that are saying, yes, I've been yearning, I've been waiting for this moment. And I had a very special call from an elder in the States. I don't know which city. Really late in the night, I got like that, those kind of things that we say, a mystery call, a mystery caller. He didn't expose his name, but he called directly on the camera. And he said, am I talking to Susan? I said, yes, you are. And he said, listen to me. I am 98 and I don't want to die here. I want to die on the continent where my ancestors are. I never knew them. I was brought here generation to generation, but I'm 98 years old and I don't want to die here. Please. And I said, you will not die there. And that's one of the things that made me got up that night and I have to go home, because most people don't want to transit in a foreign land. I wish we would be able to respect his voice and that he doesn't transit in a foreign land. So that is it. That is what I came to share with you, the update. But the most breaking is this one. Like I said, the Pan-African Daily TV goes home, back to motherland. And we've been saying motherland is calling. And so we have to lead by examples. If it means we're crying, we'll cry, all of us. If it means we're going to stay under the reins, we're going to stay on the reins, all of us. So much so that when we speak from experience. Because it's like one of the reasons that maybe my brothers and sisters are drowning in the seas, because they see me sitting here like, oh, you're just sitting there and talking from your comfort zone. No. The ancestors have chosen the diaspora to come and gain an experience. And they're taking us back to share that knowledge of love, of humanity, of the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything with it. It was a divine journey, and that journey has come to an end for some, and was even earlier for some. Okay? So think about it, share this conversation, let it reach out to people that have been anxious and eager. I talked to Brother Hidley, Robert, the other day, and he was like, because we had a commitment from the beginning when we started, and he said, the day I hear the trumpet sound, I would just pick and leave. I would not even look behind. And last 2 weeks, we had this very conversation. I said, Elder, did you hear the trumpet? Is it louder enough? And he said, oh my God, and so loud you cannot even believe it. On the first show that we hosted, King Maponga Joshua here, he blew the trumpet. We are still also going to repeat that conversation again this weekend. He held that trumpet. And what did our creator? By the time you hear the trumpet sounds, you know it's the time to come home. And this is symbols. This is signs that even if our heart doesn't speak to us, you see them. The signs are too clear. They are too loud. And even if we are so heady, the sound is going to beat us. It's now beating us. It's like we have a whip on us. And you can never be comfortable until you listen to that voice, that call of mother calling us home. So I want to thank you. I hope Nesha is ready with the broadcast, the rebroadcast. I would retire and ask you to join us. Yes, it's 21 o'clock exactly. Wow, I didn't even look at the time. Really, because we are not time people, you know. It's connection, it's a spirit, and it's there. When we keep it, we do it. And they just remind us, right? Yes, so I would invite you to watch this rebroadcast with Rachel Williams about the birth of a nation that we hosted on the 18th of August 2020. It's a rebroadcast, and we're going to be rebroadcasting the other conversation with the trumpet. But I will be doing some also recording in the background on our conferencing app, and we would load it. We're testing this platform, and as you all knew, you heard from the beginning, you know, we were sharing contributions why we wanted our own satellite. It didn't take us even, you know, a 0.001 of the target that we set. But the little that came in close to 6,000, from that beginning, we created what we are calling today the conferencing app. A lot of people still don't understand what the conferencing app is. But from 2022, like I said, we're not going to be streaming from any other platform. We're going to be streaming from that, and you would understand. It's still the minute part of our satellite, but we are already on it. Our own server, our own satellite connecting us in the smallest unit. I say it again, not the bigger one, and the smallest unit that we could afford with your support. So we made this happen. And it was not for the Pan-African Daily. We looked at a solution that would solve the technological breakthrough or revolution that we've been talking. We needed to give a tool to the young people to create, to innovate. And the conferencing app is that tool. It's a combination of all existing platforms that you know. So we're not going to be using all the services to do our live streamings in our conferences, in our teams, in our workshops and everything. Because conferencing is coming as the app that would revolutionize our education. That was what we said from the beginning, that our education has a problem. And we talked about our curriculum. But the conferencing app is not an app where we're going to, it has a classroom that can host the whole continent. But what we have to do is the education of the passionist. What do you like to learn? What do you like to do? What is your calling? That is the education that we have to empower ourselves. Because we have seen the 70% of joblessness are academics. So what kind of education was that? So what if we go back to the education of our handwork, of what I know doing best, of my calling, of my passion, what I love to do, and you get the training, you get the empowerment, you get the skills, you get the tools to just exhibit what your passion is all about. The gift you brought. We know a lot. Before we were miseducated, before we were programmed into other ways and lives and systems, or even from our own traditions. We came all with a gift on the planet. And that's why you see a lot of people have transformed their gift into a passion, and they are living well on it. So that is the education that conferencing is going to do. So if you're hosting your teams, meetings, one-on-one private meetings or business meetings or conferencing or any kind of thing that you want to do, conferencing is that technological revolution that we're bringing to our people. And that's why We need to move it. It's time to act. It's time to give them the tool that they need to develop. And we are saying it is a fundraising app. For now, it's on trial only for the Android, but the iOS is coming. I keep saying it again. I'll be repeating it every day because I still get the questions coming up. But we've already seen fast, active Africans are already evolving on that platform, creating their groups, holding conversations, sharing calls worldwide, free, right? And from January, I mean, when your 1 month expires, automatically you would be entitled to subscribe to continue using some particular features. Features like audio video calls are going to be permanently for free because that's the connecting aspect of us. Features like classrooms are going to be free, chat, groups, and all that, like what we know. But features like particular services like pay bills or money transfers or, air times or conferences, spatial ones, those ones are going to be, you have to get a subscription because we have to maintain the servers. If you're hosting conferences with large number and, the server, we have to maintain the server and we have to grow from it and we have to expand and we have to develop the communities and we have to empower young people. We have to train. We have to give skills. We all need money. So the conferencing app is a technological revolution, but it's also a fundraising tool. So whether you are subscribing as from January or after your 1 month trial period, know that you are not buying something from the Pan-African Daily. You are supporting the development by using this tool. And honestly, like I said, we're going to relocate, just like we're relocating to the continent. We're going to relocate from other existing platforms and go on our own space. And we already had seen that. We had created the AfroWorld.tv social media platform for those who just want to connect, share, like if a Facebook like app. It's already there. There are more than 10,000, 15,000 on it. And they just do their stuff every day. I don't even look at it. We don't even look at it. But there were still serious issues like how people would connect to it. They have to give their email. The security process was very delicate a little bit. But now with the conferencing, we had to learn from that to develop this one that is just your handy number. You just need to sign it with your handy number. I already shared the link and I'm sharing it all the time. Even those that cannot get the app downloaded, you can go through the www or 3w.conferencing.com. Conferencing without a G. And I still told you conferencing was not actually what we wanted. We wanted to name this app Al-Kebolan because that's original us. We still hope to get it, but a lot of patent has been put on that name that we couldn't get it. We're still going to look at a way. So we can already call it Al-Kebolan app. Is the United Kingdoms of Great Africa. Okay. So yes, go ahead. I mean, I want to congratulate. I already sent my congratulations within the team, those that are already enjoying the video calls, And this week also, why one of the purposes that will not be coming live is want to try. We're trying the live streaming future on it. And so probably maybe on Tuesday, when everything, works out, we will be talking to you directly live on the Al-Kebolan app. Okay. And you know what? Thanks to you. That is the thanksgiving that I'm giving. Thousands of you have reached out. We want to support the Pan-African Daily. You've even asked a couple of times you have the money, particularly on the continent. That's the most amazing one. People calling from the continent, they want to support, they want to contribute, they want to raise funds, they want to do this. How can we do? How can we send a transfer to support? This is the right time. You have to fundraise us so that we move to the continent to be with you. Anything that you can provide. We're going to give you the link as from Tuesday, and it's going to be directly on where you can. What we're putting on is a ticker where you can see already your donations and how we're going to involve, how we're going to use it is the whole community that is relocating that will be in charge. Where is our village going to be? That's going to be the next topic. When we relocate, we need a Pan-African Daily TV village in every community or as individuals. So all of this is not mine. All of us have to sit down and plan together. Nobody's going to work for the other. We have to work. People, it's time to work. But I want to give out another shout out before I go. It's almost, I know Naisha is already warning. Um, a sister called me from the UK. Sister, if you're watching me tonight, I want to thank you so much. I don't want to disclose your name. You called because you just wanted to find out how we are doing in Germany with the lockdown. If we are okay, if everything is fine, if we have enough food, if we can sustain ourselves, if we need anything. Sister, you don't know what you did. I called Naisha immediately, and I called the other, members of the family and others, and I gave out a message out there from your call because that was healing. That was powerful. As most of you have already seen, COVID is not really acting up well in Germany, and Germany is close to lockdown again. I mean, a kind of a lockdown that has never been seen before. So, yes, Africans in Germany and in Europe need you if you are still maybe surviving in order on the other communities they go out even without masks or stuff like that. But in Germany, that's not the case. So we need your prayers, we need your support. And the shortest time that we stay here and those that will still be here. But I want to thank you, sister, for that big step. I know I have this every day, but I'm just saying it because you address that topic. And I think I'm reminding all of us, call one another. You have our numbers. I'm not saying only me or the Pan African Day. You see me. So you see me on the stream, so you know, Susan, all right, maybe, fine. And I still tell you, I keep my name, Dr. Susan Tata, because Professor James told me this is a Hebrew name, it's a black name. Just like this stole a lot of things from us, even names were also changed. But we're going to get into that conversation in another time. Right. So thank you very much. I hope this update and this information was what it took us to be here. You already knew why King Maponga was not live. I'm just repeating. I gave you a feedback on the community, Ethiopians worldwide celebrating a oneness, coming together, calling on all Africans to stand up for one Africa, for the victory for Ethiopia. I also talked about the fundraising is going back home, that we're going to open up that fundraising on Tuesday. So you get ready. All of you that have been running and warming up to support or to share and ask the address, you have everything. It's just going to be a one-stop where you donate live on that platform, putting on the basis for those that are moving to the continent or taking the Pan African Daily TV to the continent. Yes. We're going to also give you the target of this fundraising on Tuesday, and then we see how we mobilize. And we're calling also all our brothers and sisters on the continent that this fundraising concerns you to bring us home. And that's what we will need to be doing. We've seen a video going around that a brother made warning the diaspora or the African migrants here about the monies that they keep sending home to help families and loved ones and stuff, and that most of them are doing very well. They don't need any of this kind of support. So don't kill yourself that you have to work day and night and spend sleepless night because you think that you want to help us on the continent. And I think that video was okay. But on the other hand, I just think it's in our nature to give. It doesn't matter. And so if people feel comfortable, don't think that is because they suffer. Yes, some of them tell you they work hard. Of course, we work hard. We work hard. You don't even want to believe it. Imagine you don't have winter. We have. Only that point alone, right? You don't have fabrics. We have. Do you know what that means? When we even start saying, oh, we have to industrialize, we have to create companies and this, so people work 24/7. A lot of people are on the street, in our diaspora. So we need you on the continent that have some pocket money because you don't need to pay some bills. Most of us are still staying under our compounds and we don't share that. The diaspora will be calling upon you to raise funds to bring them back home. And we are starting that already now. So get ready to send your own support. We'll be giving you also the channels where you can support from home to bring. And the first project is this one: bring Pan African Daily TV home to you. It's your own. It's not my own. We're going to train you to start hosting these programs while we go and take care of other business like get land for our people to come back home. Okay. Yeah. So we're not going to disclose everything. We're already disclosing anyway. But that's it. So yes, get ready. Everybody get ready. Those that are not yet saying we're going, send the first crew home. And when we get home, we start putting the infrastructure. And so we'll be doing also the fundraising to take the other crews. Yes. So people who cannot, for whatever reason, now relocate, place to stay, tickets to buy, and stuff like that. That would be our work on the continent. Because the continent also has to contribute to bring its diaspora home. Do you hear me? You watching me from the continent? It is your duty to contribute to bring your brothers and sisters home. Host them, house them, feed them until we can get on our feet. Yes, you can say we came here and we were flashy, flashy, and now we're coming back empty handed. No, we're coming back with this. Too much. We don't even need anything to come home with. We're just picking out only our passport that we need, our handbags, our drinking water. That's all. But what we're bringing, wait till you see us there. So make sure you're going to be contributing, to bring us home. And we're going to use this channel to bring all the projects that we've been building, that the diaspora has been working on and building. We're bringing it back to mother. Okay. All right. So we see us. We see us on Tuesday. And please make sure you watch our rebroadcast. Like I said, it's going to be very, very important. Don't miss it. Don't miss any of it. Don't say it's because Susan is not live. I'm live. I'm live with you. I watch all the rebroadcasts. And I see even your comment. And you see, I'm always also commenting with Naisha. So don't think, oh, we are rebroadcasting because we want to go. And you're already saying there's a lockdown. Where are we going to go to? Where are we going to go to? And mama is there waiting. And we see a lot of diaspora complaining. Oh, we are singles, mother, girls, boys. And there's a whole continent there. They're crying. Oh, we're single. Oh, this and that. We see children. Oh, we lonely. We're single. The compounds are there. Grandmothers are there. They're not in any homes. They take care of the children. They're happy to receive their grandchildren, to embrace them, to see them, to tell them stories of the past. Why we go and pay institutions and keep them there, bring them back home to grandmothers. They love it. Let them be twisting their hair and doing their nail, My grandmother, we used to plait her hair and do her nails, and she was like, what is this? And and she'll show us her sharpened teeth, her tattoos, So bring the children home. A lot of our children in the diaspora don't even know what a grandmother looks like. They don't know the feel of a grandmother. And grandmothers are missing their babies. They want to be called grandma. Grandma, how are you? Remove the white hairs, And what are we doing? Take them back to the compounds. Let them make noise, play in the rains, get the experience who they are. That is civilization. Okay, so support us go. We are going to do that. Gonna be doing a lot. Yes, I see Kofi. Kofi, you say you're gonna be doing a lot. We're gonna be doing a lot of merrymaking. Of course, that's also one of the reasons why we're going. We're gonna be connecting lovebirds together, celebrating marriages. You don't want to believe this. Have you watched a royal marriage? Wait a minute. Wait, let this first convoy get on the continent. You're gonna see what we will do and tell me whether you will sleep at night out here. Okay. Thank you so much. This is going to be a lot. Yes. Johnny Boy is saying, what? Marriage? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That is it. Sun Temple, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Is the first crew going on boats or on planes? Anyway, we'll be asked, we'll take those questions. We'll take those questions. The first crew we know in the days of Dr. Marcus was in the boat. Yes, why not? We're gonna be looking if are we gonna take the boat, are we gonna take the planes? And that's why, it's easy that we already start stepping out now, while the air is still okay, it's still convenient that we can at least still even move out. It's very necessary, you know, that we take the opportunity, we take the chance, right? So yes, anyone, but from one, I have my German sister here, and she's telling me, oh, I left my husband in Gambia. She's a German, and married in Gambia, and because she came here in COVID, she couldn't go back. And so you see, a lot of people, we don't know whether they're going to be going through boats or planes or what. But I think the first convoy should be going. We would decide if you're in, then we'll decide how we want to go, because Naisha was already saying in the worst case, we should start also looking how far the distance, how is the distance, which is the closest city. If it means some people will have to drive and walk, why not? Everything is possible. You just have to think. You have to look for a way, navigate your way to get to mother. Mother needs you now. When we were coming, particularly the migrants, we didn't ask those questions. Right now we want to go, we want to start finding out. You want to fly like a bird? Fly. After all, you're known for that. One of your highest witchcraft that is called as witchcraft, the science, was that we used to fly. And you see it. You still see it. And to see in those images, yes. So nothing is impossible as we want to go back to mother. We have to go. Mother needs us so bad. She can die without giving her wish, without passing the legacy up to you. Bring the babies to be blessed. Bring the children home. Let them get the blessings. Okay. Thank you. Thank you again. Everybody's just like, oh, wow, 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 wow. I see Malaika, Kwabena, Yaounde. In what place are you staying? Saying to move to. Well, I don't know. Why not? Yaoundé is also a destination, right? Um, we would see. Thank you, Kofi. You say congratulations, Queen F1 Tata. Yes, we're gonna be doing marriages. I know that's what interests you, Kofi. Yes. Oh, one of the biggest projects that we're gonna be doing is our Pan African Daily TV Love program. Love and Family is called Love and Family. So I want to unite couples together, families together. Of course, there's a lot. But now I will be there. We will be there. The first convoy can guarantee you to tell you this woman that you are connecting to is for real. It's not a reptilian, right? It's for real. And of course, the other brothers that will be, oh no, this brother is for real. So due diligence is what is carrying a lot of our people. Yes. So when we say we're going, is when we tell you this is A, because you're gonna slaughter me, you know me, right? But others that we don't know. Trust is what we have to learn again to build, just like we have to learn to love ourselves again. And that's why the conferencing is gonna be, doing all that. We're not gonna be doing all these projects on foreign platforms. We're gonna start doing it on your very platform that you created, you empowered, you supported, and it is here. Ain't you proud? And they say we can do it. Of course we can. Hey, we're doing it already. Our own, made by us, from us. Tell me. I say we dream of our young people being the richest youth and the decades to come. Today we look at the Chinese youth, they drive Lamborghinis and luxury brands are coming from there. Wait, we're landing on the continent. We'll start talking. Okay. So get ready to work. I'm also calling on my young people out there. Get ready to work. We are not coming to hang around and dance. We've been doing a lot of samba. Oh, yeah. Yes. We're not coming just to Europeanize. No, we're coming to work. Get yourself ready. If one thing the diaspora has learned that they're bringing it to you to wake you up is hard work. Hard work. We're going to work. Okay? No time. We're going to work and have fun. After all, we have good weather. Imagine just the weather. What's going to stop us from working? We have rivers. If it is too hot, we're going to dive in the rivers. We have mountains that will give us the air, the fresh air that we need. If it's too hot, if the kitchens are too hot, right? And we pass at every street, you're going to hear music and sounds and drums and everything. Don't worry about the filth. We're going to clean it because that's why we're coming. So you that are majority on the continent, we're going to be doing that work together. We're not coming to say we're bringing, that's why we're bringing we're not Chinese people coming with suitcases. Mm-mm. We're coming with this and the heart and our muzzles. Yep, our muzzles. That's what we're bringing. And we will work. If we could build other civilizations, we're coming back to build our own. And for all our rich, rich, rich brothers and sisters on the continent, in the diaspora, make a commitment like Dr. Mata is saying. I will take you, I will host you, I will give you land. I said, really? She said, yes. That's how bad I want you to come home. So yes, and we're still trying to allocate. They are the Dr. Matas Namunjembo that we can replicate, and there's so many of them on the continent. The mothers would host us, and the fathers would feed us. That's who we are. But sometimes when we sit here and just talk and they think that we're against them, and they're like, you see, children that have been fed by feeding bottles and stuff, they're like pampered. When we come back, they're ready to even give us, pull our jaws. You've been spoiled. You've learned differently, eaten differently. You don't even know who you are again. Pull our jaws. Wait till we get to the continent. You will see what a true mother Africa is, right? All this nye that we do here, children cannot even clean. We cannot take care of the chores. Our men from the diaspora are coming to teach you that a man can do everything to preserve his family. The kings are coming because we learn it the hard way. Okay. And the mothers, the queens, the daughters, like you hear Queen Gingone, bringing a whole military, women that are bringing, to merge, to melt it up with your original, the fake copies and the original mingling up so that the melanin again becomes the roots. Hey, yeah, you see, I know you're feeling me. Yes, the Ananak, we call the Ananuk, I forget. What is this good aliens? Anunnakis. Yes, the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis are coming back. And we're going to do that. We're going to eat a lot. Jenkume is one of the best dish that I know is in Togo people. They call it jenkume. But those dishes are everywhere, where we're going to eat fufu, like in Ghana, like in Cameroon, like or we eat injera. That's all. A combination of everything. We're gonna eat fufu, or we eat whatever you call it. Call it ugali. Right? And then imagine you go to the street like in Zanzibar. You're gonna all sort of, diversity in seafood, life on the clean, beautiful beaches, stretch out blue, close to the Atlantic Ocean under the sun. And we drink, coconuts from it. What is it? Mother has everything. Her kitchen is full of everything, all kind of spices. You get it. Mother gives you all, gives you love, endless love, right? So no more, what am I going to do? Carrying our hands in the head. What am I going to do? No, game over. Nyesha is telling me, Mama Tata, take your time. Game over to you. Yes. Okay. Yep. Ready to work. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Ready to work. Ready to work. That's what we're going to do. The diaspora is going to bring that, because at some point of time we've taken too much lazy steps, enjoying too much, and then complaining. Wait, the custodians of fabric, night work. At night, who works in on the continent in the night? Wow, who? It's a whole day light here. Okay, the daytime is some people's they've never even known what a night looks like. On the continent, you don't know the difference. We're gonna tell you all this, and we're gonna develop one another. Okay, so yes, get ready, warm up. We're gonna start the week for the fundraising, the biggest fundraising ever from the continent, bringing back its diaspora. Historic. You know, we don't do things like any other person because we've been brainwashed. And we think every time, oh, the continent, they are poor because they show you poverty. No, the continent has to support us to come home because were doing the work of learning. We were doing the work of, understanding. How could we do all at the same time to bring the brain and to bring the how? Are we robots? No. You sitting on that wealth, on that diamond, be ready, whether they are both, whether they are what, but the first contingency is coming already in January. Yes, and of course, Sherry Penny, of course, 100 grandchildren, what from how many children adoption may be. Can you imagine? And we have even most of our people, oh, I don't have a child. Oh, I don't. Where did we come from? A child in our African knows it until we were taught differently. They say a child belongs to a whole village. So what did you know? What did you understand when they say it takes a village to raise a child? What did you understand by that? It takes a village to raise a child. It means the child belongs to everybody. We never had a system, oh, I have to have my own. And until this, we start calling some of our sisters barren women until it becomes even a talk. It becomes even an insult. No African woman, mother, sister is barren. Look at the millions of children that one woman delivers for all the rest. 10 in the times of our grandmothers, 10 at least. And when I asked question my mom on this, she said yes, because we had to give birth for even the women that could not carry children because of one thing or the other. So we had to multiply for them. And that's why a mother, we are not talking about women here, people. We're talking about motherhood. Every child is our own. Billions. How do you identify this selfishness of it's mine, then it's my own, then it's my this, and you pass on the street. You know, before I came to the diaspora, I did street work with the children. That's why I'm a street girl, not only a village girl, but a street girl. I slept on the street with them to understand their minds. They're the most intelligent people you can think of all. Children. And they've already break the laws in the system to say we're going to live on the street. Even if you give them money, they don't take. They give you all the smile, they play with you, they do everything, but they know the system more than you. Street children. And people would, demoralize them, or they are mentally, or they are this. They're all our children. If it means we have to sit on the street with them, we will do that. I did all that. Okay? And that's why I am who I am. And that's why I love my life than any other thing. If you've never tried it, try it. Before we start this classism, this one is poor, this one is rich, this one is educated, this one is not educated. When we all came out of our mother's home and cried out, did we know who was rich or right? How did we become status and dividing ourselves in every category? No, she is a high class, even in the education. No, this one goes to government schools because they can't afford private school. Private schools, they go there in the dormitories, they're cut off from their families and they become asocial, but it's a pride because, oh, this one went to, what's one? Mission school. Mission school. Did we ever know what the mission was about? Missionaries. And they named those schools Mission School. And it became a pride to go there and be a trained slave. Yes. And the street ones were the one running on the street, going to the village, doing their things, running in the rain. Oh, of course, they call us already the poor ones because we can't go there, but we're going to enjoy the life that you would never enjoy. That is life. But we never had that. Join us on this campaign. Let us move it. Let's implement what we've been talking. Let's put it into practice. Be there. Join us. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, if you like, you subscribe. If you like, you don't subscribe. But what we want you to do is to become a member of the Africa We Want Global organization. And we are for voices of the voiceless. If we're going to build a village, we're going to build a village for our children and mothers and everybody. We are just the underground. We are the street ones. We are the organization for the poor, the so-called poor, like I told you. Okay? We love being that, called that. That's our etiquette. Call us that. You see, Dr. Susan say she's the philanthropist for poor, the poor girl. Give me that title. I love it. I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. I enjoy it. Okay. And that's our organization. If you are called that person, join us. If people think you are wayward, you are backward, you are not, you don't wear this, join us. We're the ones that have been left on our own. Join us. Join the poor. Because we are many. The rich are just a little. The poor are the majority. That's where the party is. Join us, right? The moment we're going to launch it on Tuesday, please make sure you join your membership. And membership is free. We're not going to tax anybody, anything. Oh, you need to be this to be this because you have to be of this standard. You have to be of this to the no. Membership in the Africa We Want Global is free. Oh, free. Yep. Organizations are targeted, groups are targeted. Come in your groups, your organizations, but also we have private supporters. Somebody who said, I don't belong to a group. But you know why we're grouping? Because we're encouraging groupings. That's why we say it's open for groups, initiatives, cooperatives, whatever. All sort of groupings. And I had said it 3 months ago. Make sure you start creating your groups. Whether you're registered yet or not, don't worry. Okay, you can still be in the process of registering, but make sure you register. And when you will register, it's a simple form. You just go on, you see membership, you register, and you're going to get a membership ID automatically for your group. And then later we'll give you the membership card, right? And so as a member, you can donate to support the work, you get engaged, but the conferencing is where we're going to be targeting, So if you use our conferencing app, then you're going to be subscribing so that the money that you're using the app, we can use now to develop our communities. We can use to empower our youth. And remember, because we say we're not going to ask for funding for any person. I told you from day one, we're not asking for any bodies that will fund us. And then I already asked Dr. Mata, I hope you're not telling us that you're going to host us in this and you will need something in return. I hope you're not going to silence our voices. I hope you will listen to us too. We don't want to be abused and say, oh, it's me who. No. There's no classism here or status. So you have to declare, and the group that will be moving, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3 of us in the start, she will tell you and you will hear. And for those of us that are still Thomases that want to see and say, no, I don't want to bear that risk, take your own family first. Take Nyesha and the others, and those that are willing, and Kofi, right? And the others. Take them first. Sinovia, my sister, she's here. Take Johnny Boy with you. Take Sherry Penny with you. Yes. All of them that are saying, all right, we want to see first because this continent is too much, blah, blah, blah. We want to see when you go there and you tell us, okay, this is it. We are going to come. Don't worry. Stay behind. but give us the support that we need. Even you, we need you. Yes, in me too. I know we have young mothers now. A lot are dabbling with families, babies, and that. How can they move out? No. So that's what we have to do is strategically. We have to be there, make sure that when they come, they have a place to stay, place for kids and stuff like that. Even if it means we're all going to gather. The village has always been a compound that, I mean, 203 in that compound. It's unfortunate. I'm going to disappoint you. Those that are so privileged. If you're that one that, oh, my nails and my stuff and my hair, you would have to maybe wear a wrap for some time. But even in the communities, you have people that will do your braids, right? Or we ourselves, we do our braid. I do mine when I don't have anybody to, when I'm not on my kinky, I do my braid by myself. All right. Universal Force, you say, where do I register? I'm going to send the link to you, bro. I said it. Just give us this weekend. Give us this weekend. Don't say, oh, Dr. Susan comes and starts saying this and this and this. The moment you get engaged in this community and you see all what is on the ground, you see what is on the ground, then you understand when I told you, give me 1 million youth and we're taking over. Now we don't even need it. We're almost on our subscriber list. If you see, you can watch it live there from there. I think we're 43 now, 43,000. I mean, in this short phase, even though we gave our target 1 million, but 43,000, let's say by next week we're gonna be 50. That's already okay. That's only on YouTube. That's only on YouTube, right? It is already too much in just this short space of time, right? We don't want to bring down YouTube because we can bring down it and in 1 second with subscribers. No. We want the subscribers to be on the conferencing. And so, yeah, but we'll be sharing everything that our works, that our webinars, our seminars, and even you that will be creating your live streaming and everything and broadcasting. But all of us will have one background, Pan-African Daily TV, and we're going to define that backgrounds that we'll be using. But you can use your private backgrounds in as much as it has Pan-Africanism on it. Pan-Africanism on it. Okay, yes. Colors of Pan-Africanism, the spirit, the love, the everything, right? Okay. Thank you, Alchemist. You say your hair is your crown. You look amazing. Oh my God, Queen, you don't even want to believe this. Do you know how I shock, particularly my community here? Because they used to look at it, oh, what's that bushy hair? Oh, can I touch your hair? Oh, can I this? No, I weaved mine. And I said, you want to see it? You would see it until you hate it. If I step anywhere, you must see me. You must see me, like it or not. My braids were too small. I made them big. No, it was still not enough. And then when I did my kinky, wow, you must, like it or not, right? So that is it. That's the identity. People say, Sherry say, I love to eat. African food is the best. Oh my goodness. Have you even started? Test achu. Those of you that are watching me that I call this name, just test or research what is called achu. Test achu. It's the only meal that they make like this. It's a round, kind of a round, it's the only one unique. It's called achu and has the yellow soup. And the yellow soup looks like the pumpkin soup from the Haiti. Don't make a mistake, right? And it has a fufu sauce and has some particulars, what we call particulars. Do you know what particulars is? Research it for yourself, okay? Yes, taste achu. Then, Cheryl, you will not even think better. Or you test another one that is called kati kati. Hi. Kati Kati, all these names. So you're just talking about African food. We don't even know. When the Caribbeans will bring their own flavors, Haitians bring their own, Mexicans bring their own, Guinea Papa bring their own. I mean, even the other flavors that we have used other spices to recreate another culinary, adding to the originals. We're going to do a food festival on the continent. Pan-African Daily is going to do all festivals from Pan-Africanism A to Z. Agro festival, fashion, food, everything. one separately. That's why I need you. I need the team from the diaspora. I know there's already the team that is with, but I need this team, Pan-African Daily TV team, because our festivals are the events that we're going, to be creating awareness, going from these communities, from this village, and we're going to be doing it on the 54 countries. What do you think? We already did it in Germany for 20 years. If you go to the Africa We Want Global AFAO homepage, we'll share the link with you. You're going to see our work for 20 years. Then you will know we're not just sitting here and talking. We came, we saw, and now it's time to take back home. Food, you will eat. And then what about palm wine and all the wine sat that you've never even heard about? Coconut, the ones from the Limbe Bridge, or all from Zimbabwe, Tanzania, and that. And then what about the insect? The insect, the insect festival, where all this sort of, we have all those, oh my goodness, healthy, whether they are worms or they are honey, or they are crickets, or they are grasshoppers. Are you kidding me? Wow. Wait until we study. You just know only the prawns and the seafood. Wait. All that is going to be inculcated on our event on the continent 2022 when we move back to start doing our work. Okay, be a part. We're not looking for any investors. I see somebody ask that question. No. Oh, Abiola say, have you eat moi moi and stockfish? Oh, yay. Or ogbonna. Moi moi. Go and research that. But in the Caribbean and the Black, they all carried all those things in them. I see moi moi even in Antigua Barbudas. They do it. But they definitely just call it something else. I saw it. Look at the way oh my God, I have to drink water. And snails. Oh my goodness, who is this? Paul Brown. It says snails. You know how we call snails? We call it Congo meat. Congo meat. But I'm still even doing a research. How did we even come to call snails Congo meat? But do you know, even here, grasshoppers are the highest. You get a plate for, it's not the caviars, Caviars, we're not even there. We don't even, I don't even know who is saying caviars are part of it. But I'm telling you, snails, they're the most healthiest, and they're found everywhere. Imagine if you're raising them. I have a brother in Cameroon. I think he's doing a workshop this weekend on how to raise snails, because they multiply and they are so delicious. A plate here or just a bottle here in Europe, you don't have hundreds, right? They're talking about the 200s to get it. But this is what we all have. Oh my God. It's just because I'm in front of the camera. I would have showed you something today. And I'm taking that very place where I bought those avocados, those pear. They have, the ones that we always have the bad grains. But go to the continent, every corner, they're just falling. Like you see their apples falling here and rotting. Go to a supermarket, how much we pay for it. We have to go back. Yes. Njama, all that. Too much. So research on our food is going to also be one of our projects. We call it Pan-African Daily D-Research. D-Research is also, the food, the everything, even our clothes, everything. Al-Kebulan, everything. Then we start talking. That's when we start talking about riches. These ones that they just fashion and do a research, a study, and come and say, oh, Africa is going to be 2050 is going to be this. Lie. Lie. Come. When we take stock of all these things at the festival, you see only it. Then you say, what? No. We're not even concerned about the gold on the ground. Let's just take only what we have. Our palm wine, our food, diversity in food and all that. Eggplant in all sort of colors, potatoes in all variations, cassava in all forms, and everything. We use the stem, we use the leaf, we use the tuber. One plant, everything. You see the logistic in one plant? Wow. So All right, this is us. Yes. Paul Brownie say, I'm on my way. Please. I told you, you called that day and you were saying it and you shocked us on the show. Be a part of this first convoy. The first convoy are the ones that we call the brave heart, the ones that are not looking behind, the one that didn't say, oh no, I didn't save, or I didn't plan, or I didn't do this. Join this first convoy because we're going to raise a fund that will carry us. Right? If you're still waiting to say, I have to, okay, maybe some people still have to deal with their mortgages and stuff like that. No problem. Take your time. Let's go put those foundations and then you would start coming. Okay. All right. All right. No problem. No problem. No problem. I feel late only be on for a month low. No problem. You are not late, Sherry. You're not late. You're not late. Nobody's late here. All of us are okay. Yeah, I'm opening up the phone lines. They're open. You can call in. I was just, you don't want to believe it. Nyasha is on my back and said, you said you were going to do a rebroadcast at my now we are at 22 o'clock. Didn't you say that you were hosting for one? Naisha, please, the family is at it. When we're just sharing this kind of precious moment, we don't even know what is going to happen to us tomorrow. Please just leave us. Just leave us alone. You're going to do your rebroadcast on time because out there in the diaspora, it's a lockdown now. It's afternoon. They will watch it. Okay? People are gonna be locked now. They don't have anything to go to do. We'll be staying here now like we did last year, this hour, 3 hours, 4 hours. It's not gonna be the 2 hours. Where are we going to go? We have to sit here and be raising the funds. So the lines are open. You wanna open you wanna share this laughter with me, you wanna share this conversation. Please call in. Just call in, call in, call in. Let's just have the conversation. Tell me what you ate today. um Tell me what you ate today, what you cooked today, what happened. I don't, look, the one thing that I'm going to promise you, or that we in this family is promising the world, is that there would be no bad news Africa again. There would be no bad taste Africa again. On the Pan African Daily TV, you better get your nerves to laugh and to celebrate a lot. Okay. Yes, I know Joshua and I, we cried and we're still always going to cry. But when we cry, yes, why not? But it is a feeling of love and unity and peace and dance. What are we not going to do on this Pan African Daily? We're not a mainstream media, remember. And I think we're not going to register as a TV. We're going to register as stories, right? As stories, because the moment we just say TV or media or on the continent, they start getting scared that we're going to be exposing them. No, we're not going to do that. We are not going to do that. Thank you again, my first guest and caller coming in. I think this is Mr. Brown. Hello. Wait a minute. Wait. I can't hear you. I hear you, but wait. I need to put on the volume. To me? Just hold on. I need to put on the volume. I'm not hearing. Hold on. Yes, I think. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Listen, love, Sister Tata, behind you, I'm coming.
You are coming? Thank you. Thank you.
I'm at work and I stop working and I sit here in the bed for the past 20 minutes listening to going on. So, I'm behind you, man. 100%. I'm there in May.
Thank you. You see, and I can imagine when you go back now to work, you're gonna work double now. That's the empowerment we're talking about. You're right.
Exactly.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I love it. It's stuff like the conversation we're having in the living room with everybody sitting around.
That's it. That's the spirit. That's the feeling. Wait until we meet at the fireside in personal. Then now, when we would talk and do those rituals of hand clapping. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yep.
Blessed love to all the brothers and sisters online.
Thank you. Blessings. Blessings. All right. Bye. Bye. You see, you don't want to miss the feeling. You don't want to miss the show. You don't want to miss this conversation. You don't want to miss the fun, the laughter, the joy. When they say it's winter, it's cold, it's this, and people, oh, no, 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 no. The warmth is in our heart. We keep always the reserve for these seasons where it's freezing, it's cold. And I get young people on the continent, oh, tell me how it's like. And I take it sometimes, I'll be showing them, like, oh, it's so white, it's beautiful, it's nice. I say, ooh. I say, But us, we know the melanin, the DNA, the humanity in us. We always have enough in stock. So during this period, we are warm at heart. We preserve a lot. That warmth, that love, that fire that burns across the universe, taking it. Mother is always sharing, right? Mother is always sharing. And mother is not discriminating. No, mother doesn't know whether my son or my daughter is a wayward one or is a poor one or was a slave or was a this. Mother just say, come home, my child. Mother Africa, the moment you come, that's the greatest joy. That's why she weeps. That's why she cries. Why do you leave me in the hands of foreigners? Why do you leave me and other people abusing me, teaching my children other languages, other native things, other illegal things, other illicit things? Why do you leave me? Come, come, my children, come. When you hear the cry of mother, you can't stay. You have to go. Say, Mama, I'm here. Mama, I'm here. Okay. All right. I know. I know. It's almost like 2 hours now. And so I will leave. I will leave and give Nyesha the platform. Oh my goodness, Nyasha, what are you showing me here? I'll leave and give Nyasha the platform. Please watch the show, The Birth of a Nation, and you actually would see where we were coming from and where we're going to. And we're going to keep this conversation also, The Birth of Nation, going on in another format. But like I said, get ready. Brother Paul has already said he's a member on board, but he would be joining us. So, but you just save the monies that you start raising the funds. Let us make a historical move, and then we begin. If we have even some left, we'll keep the reserves for those that are coming. Okay, we need to buy tickets. And each time we keep saying, and people are like, oh, I have children, I can't move. What are we doing? We have to go move to the communities, even if it means we have to be holding our basket in the hand. And each person in the community, whether they put a 1 francs in CFA or they put a 1 in a shilling in Tanzania shilling or whatever, they would have to do that, and we'll have to get all of us to mother. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Tumi Tata, can you come and let's close the show or the conversation? I'm sorry. Yeah, but today was a show. It was more of really like, I thought I would be here for 1 hour just to break, particularly the homegoing um, and the fundraisings that we are. Don't think it's a matter of money. You have filled us. We are one. You know that it's not about money. It's about us. It's about a feeling. It's about one after the other. And why I like fundraising is not because we're begging for money. It's because the world have looked at fundraising. Fundraising actually is a communication tool. Fundraising means I put my $1 and I own it. So fundraising is actually investment. Every fundraising, you're all investors. It's in a corporate world, they call it investment. But with raising funds, you put it, particularly anything that you give from your heart, you give diligently. Nobody telling you, oh, you have to give 3,000 to become this. No, it is open. We are not against people that, do their own structures, but us on the Pan-African Daily TV family, the poor, the so-called poor, we're going to give all what we have. The widows might. No, we're going to give all that we have. Thank you so much. And if we are 100,000 and we give $1, you can imagine how many we will relocate, look for land, look for facilities, because that's also going to be the work, part of the money. And even as we go, the fundraising is going to continue the whole time. You just chip in anything. You want to come, then we already have the apartment, then we have the land or anything. We'll be taking your research out here, providing what it takes for you to come. Okay? Yeah, but we have to collectively support one another, collectively putting in one pot, which we're going to call our bank. And from there, we're going to use now and, put it where it is necessary. All of us, right? So even the houses or anything, the Pan-African Daily Village or the community center or the studios, that doesn't belong to anyone. When one retires or transit, the others continue. That is it. Nobody's going to own, it's mine, it's for my own. It's for the continent. I've told you, it's for Africa. To me, don't go, I'm ending. It's for Africa. Every infrastructure or properties that we're going to be having is for the generation. When we transit, they take over it. Today, we have a lot of bungalows, bungalows on the continent that are wasting because of greed. Because somebody took that money, billions, and put it into an estate and say it's for me and my child. And you die and the children die and it's rotting. Nobody can get access. What insanity. No, we're going to change that. We're building a community. No one owns anything. It's for the continent. Any person, you don't stay there, others will come in. The generation will come in to stay. So that's why we're doing a collective fundraising, and it's going to be a basic for our funding of our projects. Okay, some will only be working and putting in, whether it's $1 every day or it's $10 in the month or 100, in as much as you can give, we're going to keep it for all of us. All right. If we're going to ride the luxury, we're going to ride it together. I ride it when I'm not riding again, you take it. Not go and take some credit and you're riding and tomorrow you're not there. The bank come and seize your house, seize your this. What kind of life? And you say you're living and we say we are rich. No, we're only rich when we give. So bye. We see ourselves, this week I might show up if there's a breaking or something, but if not, I'll be on the rebroadcasting with you. But Tuesday, we're going to officially open up. Okay. Good night. Bye-bye. Asante sana. You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want. Unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherlands calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.